It's January 8th, a little after 6:30, and I want to create my daily blog since my goal initially when I started the new year out was to go kind of dark on social media, but guess what? I have slipped up or failed just like anybody. I wasn't able to completely cut it out. I've Even though I put app limits and I put things in place, I started to understand how powerful things of my attention can be. And if you really want to change things around and improve, you have to start thinking about like, well, what are you putting in your daily practices and what are you making in a foundation to support what you really want and why do you want it to begin with? So back in December or November in 2025, I started thinking about these things and I started thinking about how, what if I really did plan all the way through from, day one of the year to December 31st? And there were some significant things that I came up with, things like about how, you know, I want to get rid of a certain amount of debt and I want to create a certain amount of investments. And when I did that, and set that not just the intention, but what are the actions that follow up? Well, it needs daily actions. So, really, to get down to it, I'm using the combination of the Daily Stoic and journaling, reading other books, thinking about my own wisdom, my own experience, and what can I bring to the table that will actually give me a long term solution for what I want, right? And then this may affect you also. So, first, you got to declutter what's in front of you, even your surroundings. Like, I still have more cleaning to do in my office. I still have more cleaning to do at my desk and shape up things because there's all this clutter and all this mess is just a signal of, you gave up. It's just overwhelming. Instead of trying to take everything all at once, start making efforts daily to make something stick for the better of you, right? And many writers talk about this. James Clear talks about it in Atomic Habits, and many other writers, even Ryan Holiday talks about in Stoicism. He refers to Seneca and Marcus Aurelius about the daily disciplines. And it's important to understand that, but it's like not until you realize how important is it to have to stick. And starting my morning off today, I was kind of down on myself. I was like, you know what? It wasn't cool that you drank soda yesterday. It wasn't cool that you started looking at social media. It wasn't cool that you were starting to hang out in places away from where your directed attention could better benefit you. So, what is the outcome? Outcomes, good or bad, don't happen unless you have actions, thoughts, and commitments. And even your lacks can be commitments to a negative outcome. But we have to think about, hey, what's really going to make the difference? So, as I was reading today's Daily Stoic, he said a couple things. He referred to Seneca's moral letters. And he goes on, he says, we must give up many things to which we are addicted. Consider them to be good, otherwise, courage will vanish, which should continually test itself. Greatness of soul will be lost, which can't stand out unless it disdains as petty what the mob regards as the most desirable. So, what does that mean? What does that translates to? Well, basically says like, hey, um, if you're not willing to get uncomfortable, then your comfort can be your worst enemy. And that those subtle pleasures, those subtle luxuries, they can be something significant. They can be um, those indulgences that end up masking and coping and lead to why you could be, like, for example, addicted to social media or addicted to sugar, you're addicted to adrenaline, whatever it may be. Your position's not going to change unless you're willing to get uncomfortable. And sometimes, yeah, you recognize you have an addiction of whatever it is, but then you start thinking, well, maybe instead of just trying to take the whole addiction on at once, let me stage myself. Let me build up some discipline, commitment, and praise to why I'm committing to doing these things. So when I thought about that, I was like, okay, well, my addictions are just masks. That's all they are. And they're my masks for my insecurities. and what I'm not doing. So what do? You start doing the uncomfortable things, the difficult things, maybe small, maybe large, but consistently every day. Anyhow, that's all the time that I have for my daily vlog. I hope that you found this interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll see you next time. Take care.